For your games, you're with
Hi, this is Matt. Nice to be here.
Matt. And what are we playing today?
Barkitects, the game of overly protective guard dogs defending their front yard from would-be predators like butterflies, mailmen, and absolutely nothing.
Nice, nice. We played it before, but it still had some of the old classic fantasy tower defense backdrop, but now it's all yard stuff. Almost all yard stuff.
Yep, exactly.
Ooh.
Did you want me to go over the instructions how to play?
Yeah, for the folks. Are we
Perfect.
still doing the two-handed?
So since it's two players, let's just play two colors each. So if you're green, I'll sit opposite you with red, and then if you're you just pick blue or yellow, and just we'll write your name on the table, so you'll represent two colors. If you want to do blue, and I'll
Sound
do yellow.
sounds good.
All right. So as I mentioned at the top, for overly protective guard dogs, you can see your path. There's a yellow, green, blue, and red path. The monsters, as they were, the normal things that would be in your front yard, spawn in the middle road area. They come out, march down the path, and they get fully resolved every round. They don't persist from round to round. So they'll walk all the way down the path, and they'll either get defeated or they'll get to the front door and ring the bell and they'll make it in. If they get defeated, whoever does the kill shot gets full credit. It doesn't matter if it's a monster on your path or my path. I can build base defenses on your path, and you can build base defenses on my path, and vice versa. We can build anywhere on the board we feel like it, and all that matters is that you get the kill shot. So one example of that is if I take this pile of poop here, one of the classic defenses of a dog, put it here on the blue path. Should this butterfly come out at this exact location, the butterfly would get defeated by the poop, as the butterfly only has one hit and the poop does 3 damage. So this poop comes off. It does say 1x on the poop, indicating that it would only be used one time, and then it's destroyed. It's out of the game, deleted, can't be purchased again. But the rest of the pieces, when they come off the board, they can be purchased over and over. Each base defense hex costs 1 bone per hex, so if you want to buy 3 base defenses, it costs 3 bones. We'll take turns building one at a time so that no one player can build too much too quickly. Everyone gets an equal turn to build one, and it goes around the table. So we've all built 3 each. You'll see that everyone started with 3 bones. Then, once everyone's built their 3 base defenses, we spawn the monsters out down the paths one at a time. See what happens. Some of us will defeat some of the monsters. Some of the monsters may make it all the way through the end, and then you get negative progress on the tracker. And then for every monster you defeat, you get positive track progress. The back of each monster has the victory points it's worth. 1, 2, or 3 victory points. The monsters get more difficult as the game progresses, so it ramps up, and they're worth more just the same. Marcus, have you pet a dog recently? Whoever has pet a dog most recently would normally go first.
I've got to be at least 2 months ago.
No problem. So I'll just go first so I can also show you what an example round looks like. So I'll take the first player marker, the alpha dog. I'll update that to be maybe some kind of a cute pug face, but right now it's some kind of a tower. So as it's my turn first, what I'll do is I'll take all of the 1 victory point monsters and I'll drop them in the bag in the middle. I'll shuffle that up, give it a good shuffle, and then I'll take out for everyone the monsters that will start. You'll notice that every path has 2 spawn points.
1 second. 1 second.
No problem.
All right, where were we at?
No problem.
Right.
So I was just showing you that for every round we pull 2 monsters out of the bag, and one monster starts on one path, and the other monster starts on the other path, and this is true of all paths. The monsters come out randomly, and then we reveal. So you'll be able to see a little bit about what's going to attack your path. So we just take, for example, the red path here. You're going to get a 2 hit point squirrel that starts its journey here, and a 1 hit point butterfly that starts its journey here. They're going to move all the way down the path. So if you were to build, say, a poop right here, this would hit one of those two, but since you get to choose which one comes out first, maybe the squirrel comes out first, hits the poop, takes it out. Well, now the butterfly won't hit the poop. But if you spawn the butterfly first, the butterfly would hit the poop, take the poop out, and then the squirrel wouldn't hit the poop. So you're going to build multiple base defenses, but just keep in mind that each monster spawns as a start on its own path.
Okay.
All right, so it's my first. I'm the green player, so I'm going to choose. I've got a 3 hit point rabbit and a 2 hit point squirrel that's coming down my path.
But you're the red player.
What's that?
You're the red and yellow player?
Yeah, right now I'm the red and the green player, and you're the blue. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm red and yellow. We should really be opposite, perhaps, if that's possible. Let's see. No, I guess we are opposite. I guess there's only so much we can be opposite. So yeah, I'm the red and yellow. So you'll be the blue and green.
Yep.
All right. So if I start with the red player, my mistake there. So if I start with the red player, I just got a little spun around. I'll build the water. And you'll notice when I build the water that it's got a symbol on it. It's got this water symbol here and here. And the importance of the water symbol is that if I build a matching water symbol like the puddle, and I'll just show you what one of those looks like. Thank you. And match end to end. You see how the little symbols match on the ends there? So there's the wave, the white wave and the white wave. They line up, right?
Yep.
Once they line up, I can build this. If it didn't line up, I would not be able to build it like this. I can't build it like this because there's no way for those puddles to get there. They have to have come from a hose. So the hose can shoot, if I build it like this, puddles in either here or here. If I built the puddle like this, then I would only be able to go here or here with my puddles. So you can see the orientation matters.
Nice.
So I'm going to build that face down, which I'm noticing doesn't work very well. I guess we'll be building it face up for now. But I intend on making them face down. I got to load in TTS a back so you can't see what's on the back side. But for now, it doesn't really matter. Flip it over, you can see what's on the back. All right, so that was my build. That was the red player, and then if I just go clockwise, looking at the way I'm looking at it, looks like blue is next up. So blue player, you get to build one of your base defenses on any path anywhere on the board.
And they cost you 1 bone, yeah. Okay.
Yep, exactly.
And I got to build on my path, though, right?
Nope. You can build on my path, your path, green's path, yellow's path, any path you like. Just remember, if you build exclusively on other people's paths, there's going to be nothing to defend your own path, and you might go negative victory points if they make it to the end. So you may want to find some kind of a balance. You're really just going for the kill shot if you can help it.
Okay. What's the bush do?
It scares the monster in the direction of the arrow. So it can scare things off of your path onto another path, make it their issue, or off of their path onto your path, and then you can snipe the kill.
Okay. Blue path. Okay. And what about the dashing dog?
The dashing dog runs in a straight line for his bonus. So if you can get the paws to line up, you get a +1 bonus for every paw that touches. So at the most, one tile can touch 2 others, and therefore it would be its base value of 1 plus 1 plus 1 would be 3. 3 is the highest because it would be touching 2. So 1 plus 1 plus 1 would be 3 as its highest value. Otherwise, it would just be worth 1 by itself, or maybe it's worth 2 if it's only touching one other piece. So you get a bonus of +1 for every paw that you line up.
Okay.
But only in a straight line. You can build the racing dog anywhere, but you only get the bonus if you line up a straight path.
Okay. And what about the hole?
The hole is a little stop. As the monster progresses, the monster reaches the hole and would stop. That is the only time the monster would not progress to the end of the path. He would get stuck in the hole. Therefore, the monster will persist till the next round, and therefore the monster will start the next round at that hole location and then finish its path down to the end to reach the front door. If you can build a hole and nothing steps on the hole, then you're going to find a free bone in the hole. So for every round that you have a hole out and that nothing steps on the hole, you're going to get a free bone. So it's kind of like a gold mine, and that it earns you reoccurring bones every round. Unless something steps on it, then they trample the daisies and you don't find any more bones in the hole. The hole is consumed. So everything that gets interacted with comes off. It's a one-time use.
Nice. And then that gets recycled. The only thing that doesn't get recycled is the poop.
Exactly.
Okay.
You got 6 poops for the whole game, so you could use them all on turn 1 or spread them out. Use them all on the last turn, but you only get 6 for the game. Everything else you can build as many times as you want, over and over. You can't get additional pieces, so there's only 2 of some quantities, but so supposing they were built and then later reclaimed, you could build them again. The only thing you can't reclaim is the poop.
Okay.
The doggy fertilizer.
Nice. Follow your
Okay,
lead
nice.
with the
Sure.
deal here.
Not a bad play. Alright, then it's over to green. And that does cost 1 bone for blue.
I think I'm gonna flip these though. The
You get to
rotate
choose
deal.
the rotation orientation.
What's the rotation? Key
It's
again?
R and W. I'm sorry, E and Q. I was off
Yeah,
by
I
1.
was thinking. All right. Yeah, looks good to me. Yep. All right, and 1 bone.
So by building it here, you're looking to get your bonuses here and here. Is that right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna give it just a slight nudge. 30 degrees is probably the best rotational degrees, but you had it just slightly like this, which is kind of not is well defined. But now it's really well defined where it goes.
Gotcha. Move it to 30. All right, and then
Okay,
move the
and
bone
then
to the bone
yeah,
bag.
go ahead for green. I'll grab the bone for blue as well. There you go.
Oh,
Blue is down to 2. Green's down to 2 because green is building right now.
All right. Mm, thinking I'm kind of just liking.
I reset the camera on you there. There you go.
Okay. I don't know if we're running into a problem or something, but this water hose doesn't have the deals.
Yeah, I noticed I loaded the graphics for everything but green, so that's why the camera's resetting. Every time I load the graphic, it resets the camera.
But we
So
just
I gotta.
imagine that there are 2 water symbols right by
Yep.
the circle.
Yeah, just build what you like, and in a moment I'll have the graphic loaded while you do it, and then you'll notice it'll look like all the others.
Okay. Yeah, let's just spam that strategy.
So every time I load it, it does reset the camera. Sorry about that.
Okay, good.
All right, 2 more to go.
Okay.
All right, so that was your first build for green, and then it would be over to yellow, right?
Yep.
Okay, let's get that piece you built updated. Let's see. I'll build a hole on the yellow path right here. Okay. And I'll spend a bone for that. And it's over to red. Red will build a dog scare here for bone, and it's back over to you, blue player.
Okay.
I got one more camera reset coming in. Last image to load.
Okay.
There you go. Here's the last one.
Cool. And you're saying again, the straight line thing is just like you're gonna run them through that line and hit them more than normal.
Yeah, when he gets running speed, he tends to hit harder, so that's why he gets the bonus if he runs in a straight line.
Okay. And then what's the second hammer do?
On which piece? Oh,
The
that
puddle?
just indicates that it can only be built second. You can't have puddles until you have a hose.
Okay, gotcha. All right, then I'll go to green.
Did you just build for
Blue.
blue?
Yep.
Okay, great. I grabbed the bone, and then it's over to, like you said, green.
Boom. Oh, man. Green, 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 green. Yeah, I don't see why not.
Yeah, it'll hit for 3. That's a hard one. If we rotate it, there we go. That lines up the two symbols.
Yep.
All right, that costs 1 bone. You already paid it. Great. It's over to yellow. Yellow will pay 1 bone. And yellow is going to build its second gold mine. I'm trying a strategy here. And then over to red. Red is going to put a dog path here on the yellow. And then that's the last bone for red. It's over to blue. Last buy for blue.
Yeah, I was trying to save my holes for last. So long as the hole doesn't get stepped on, then you get free bones.
That's right.
All right, sounds like a winner to me. And I guess the optimal place is the last place, right? So,
Could be.
alrighty.
Okay, I grabbed the bones. Everyone's spent. Perfect. So now it's back to the alpha dog. It happens to be me this round. Red. So I'll spawn all of Red's monsters and we'll see what happens. The only thing I get to choose is which monster comes out first. So I'm going to choose that the butterfly comes out first. Butterfly hits this. The hose is consumed. I get 1 victory point. Next, I spawn my squirrel. It lands here, 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 and it just keeps marching down the path. It lands here, which then activates the spring in this direction. Lands here. This comes off the board. I didn't think this through apparently well enough. It's got 1 health left, and the squirrel keeps coming down,
The spring
down.
was the straight line
And
dash.
squirrel lands on your hole.
Your hole.
I guess I am the yellow player. So, yes, he lands here. So that comes off. He trampled the flowers there. He's stuck here now.
Stops.
So he'll just hang out there. And I'll just flip him over to indicate we've resolved him for the moment. There's a victory point in a future play. Okay, and that was both for red. Now we rotate over to blue. You get to spawn both the blue guys.
Okay, so we got a 3 and a 1.
You choose which one goes first.
So the water puddle would send them right here. They'll take 1 and 3.
Well, the butterfly has to come out here, and the squirrel or the bunny rabbit comes out here. But you get to choose which one starts.
I guess I'll go bunny rabbit. All right.
So,
All right. So hits that, takes 1 damage.
1 damage. This comes off, and now the bunny rabbit is down to 2 hits left.
Sends him right here.
Oh no! Actually, it continues on the blue path.
I think the water puddle made him slide over here, right?
The water puddle just hits him for 1. It doesn't slide him in any direction. It's the bush surprise. This is the one that would actually make him leave a path and jump to another one.
Ah, okay.
So maybe I didn't do a good job explaining that, but the water would just hit him for water damage, and then now that bunny rabbit has 2 hits, and then it's like he stops here.
Stop. Yep. And yep. It's no good.
Oops, didn't mean to grab that out of your hand. Alright, so unfortunately he tramples your thing. This will flip over to indicate we've resolved it. It's going to get stuck right here, which means next round it'll be making it into your house.
Okay. And
so interestingly, you and I both fell for a... it turns out that this is not the optimal play at the end of your pack. Perhaps somewhere in the middle is more optimal. But anyway, so let's see what happens to the next guy.
Butterfly goes all the way.
Alright, so the butterfly makes it in. So you'll go -1 blue will for the butterfly. So up here at the top of the player board are all of the pieces for every player. So if I just bring open the blue one, we go backwards 1 on the blue track. Everyone started here. And then nothing else to move. I did kill 1 on the red, so I forgot to move my guy up. I'll move him 1 up. And that's it. All we resolved, right? Red and then blue, and now it's green's resolution.
Okay. All right, so we got a 3 and a 2, so we got a water puddle. They hit with 3. And then they stopped here for 3 as well. So...
Just out of curiosity, how did we get...
because water puddle...
Yeah, you're right. It came off the board. No, my fault. Yep.
All right, so 3, that'll be 1.
So I think you can kill both of them.
Yeah.
And I don't think it matters which one you spawn first.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. All right, so you get hit for 1. You go over
so
here.
That comes off. Yep.
You hit for 3. And you
and he's dead. And now green moves up. How many? Flip the piece over.
1 point, right?
Moves up 1 on the track. Yep. So green moves up 1. Okay, and then spawn the next one.
And this one is a 2. Gets hit for 3. Comes down.
But blue gets credit for this one. So blue moves 1 up the victory point track. So blue moves back up to the starting place.
So I'll put
he got one made it through, and one got killed. So he went +1, -1.
Okay. Doesn't matter where I put the monster at, right?
You can just leave it on your player board as a trophy case. Okay, so then the last player to resolve would be yellow, and it doesn't look like it matters what happens. They're going to make it through. One's going to make it through. So the bunny rabbit lands here, gets stuck on the last hole, and the squirrel makes it through. So that means yellow moves down 1 on the track, and it's not looking very good for yellow for the next round.
Oh.
Alright, so then the alpha dog would pass over to blue. Blue, you'll get a chance to build first. And to ramp the game up in the shuffled bag, I'm going to grab all these 2 victory point monsters and shuffle them in. And then we're going to just draw some out for round 2.
how do I draw the bones for the blue player? I guess I could just drag them.
Yeah, it's the end of the round, so we check for these monsters. I'll flip them up. So we got a rabbit and a squirrel waiting to move. And over here we've got another rabbit. And there was only one hole that made it, so only the green player gets one extra bone.
Nice.
And we'll just say, since we all get 3 build actions, we'll just say that no one gets any bones unless they're bonuses. So we'll just, well, I guess it's easy to keep track. Maybe we will just for, I'm just thinking we don't need 3 bones if we all just keep track that we all get equal building. And then it's just whoever has bones beyond that. But maybe it's fun to keep track with 3 bones. Okay, so we all got 3 except green should have 4. Perfect. Okay, and I've already spawned the monsters randomly. Now, green, right here, I'll explain. This is a 2 victory point monster, so he's worth twice as much, but he is a bit more difficult to kill. You'll notice that he has 4 health, and he has a little symbol here, and if you hit Alt above it, it'll be able to zoom in. You see that it gives you 1 bone, so whatever kills him is going to get a free bone.
Nice.
And then this guy is even harder to kill. You can see that he has 4 health, and if you zoom in, he's got a symbol that says no water. So this guy can jump right over water puddles. He's a little bit athletic, so he is totally immune to water.
Nice.
Everything else is normal. This one is totally immune to dog paths because it's absolutely nothing. So running at it, barking at it won't help. And absolutely nothing, so immune to dog paths, and then the rest are as we saw before. So you're the first up for building.
Okay. So I basically get hard. I got hit with the hardest stuff on my green path.
Well, maybe not. I mean, let's say that green builds a bark surprise like this. Now yellow's going to get hit by it.
Yeah, okay.
Or if you were to build one here and build one here, now red is going to get hit by it.
Zany.
So doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be the one. And maybe I want 2 victory points. Maybe I build on your path to try and steal those victory points.
Ingenious. Right. And then is the game definitely on a clock of just 3 rounds and that's it?
Right now, for the purposes of our test, we'll say everyone gets 1 turn each. So 1 for yellow, 1 for red, 1 for blue, 1 for green. So a total of 4 rounds, and the game is over. But in the real version, I'm thinking of making a trophy like this on the victory point track, and you can see I've literally made it part of the track. I'm actually thinking of making it a piece that moves. So there on round 1, let's say it starts here. On round 2, it moves to here. On round 3, on round 4. So the victory point end of game is moving toward us, and then we are moving the opposite. We're moving toward it, and then as soon as a player interacts and meets the end of game, that spawns the last round. And that way, in case players get hit especially hard by some hard enemies and they start going backwards on the track, the game will eventually and progressively work its way to a conclusion because the trophy is running toward the players and the players theoretically are running toward the trophy. So they'll meet eventually.
Okay, Ark Nova style, huh?
I haven't played Ark Nova, so that's a thing in Ark Nova, then sure. It's just something I came up with to make it so it wouldn't last. I don't want it to stall out. So okay. I want it chasing the players as much as they are chasing it.
Okay. I'm sure other games have done it like that, but yeah, that's how they do it.
Perhaps, yeah. I don't suppose that I am an original on that idea, but just came up with it. Didn't have a specific board game I was thinking of when I designed that.
Great minds think alike. All right, so I'm on blue, I'm the alpha dog. So.
Right now you're playing for blue, yep. So build anywhere on the board, including blue.
Okay, so these guys, they're weak guys, so The only thing that there's nothing that gets hit and doesn't get removed from the board, right?
Yeah, everything would normally get hit and come off.
Okay.
And we'll say you can't build where someone has already built, and we'll also say you can't build where there is an enemy, because technically the hole was there, right? The hole was what was there, so it represents where a base defense was previously anyway.
Okay.
And this is a typical thing anyway, but we'll say for purposes of keeping track who wins the game, not that we have to, but just for fun's sake, whichever player you are controlling is the furthest behind is what you place. So that way you can't focus, spend all of green's money on blue, for example, just to help blue be really far ahead. So you've got 2 tokens you're under control of, green and blue. Whichever one is further back will be the one you score for. So you'll want to try and build them, somewhat evenly in that regard. Does that make sense?
Whichever one is furthest behind, that's the one that you score for. So you're not scoring for both of them. Oh, like
Right.
in game, that's the one you score.
Right. So since you're playing for 2 players, we'll say whichever green or blue is furthest behind, that's your place at the end to decide if you win the game or not.
Okay,
And same for
nice.
me. Red
Gotcha.
and yellow, whichever one is farthest behind, is going to be the one that I score.
Got you. Okay, got you.
Then you can't just, focus on one player more than the other.
Makes sense. All right, so I guess I did another water hose.
Yeah. Okay. So he spends a bone, and now it's green's turn.
Oh yeah. Green's turn. And is this supposed to be like we're going back to back, or are we supposed to be
Yeah.
me,
Rolling.
skip
No,
player?
you're the alpha dog right now, so you start, but then it's one build each. So we circle the table 3 times, and then we do any bonus builds.
Yeah. But like you were saying earlier, though, is it supposed to be like me, you, or
I don't think with 2 players we can avoid that.
okay?
Maybe we can. Maybe if I was opposite on both sides, right? I guess it's just the way we sat down. Yeah, I guess it could have been me, you.
Yeah.
If I was blue and yellow, then I could have been every other, but it doesn't matter.
All right. Spin the bone. Then throw away. Pretty like the portal strategy. So right there. And move it.
All right, I'm just noticing that there's no hose that you're building it off of yet. So you got to build this one second.
Oh, I mean, there's holes right there, right?
Yeah, but it's the wrong color.
Oh, it has to be the same color?
Yeah, maybe I didn't specify that.
Ah, okay. All right, take that back.
Otherwise, there would be little incentive to building the hose because then you would be giving all the other players chance to build their water puddles, and you would probably never connect your own puddles to your own hose.
Gotcha. All right. Let's go with a good old no. These are fours. Let's drop a deuce right there.
Alright, so that costs 1 bone, which I think you've already spent because green had more money than anyone else. It goes over to yellow. Yellow spends a bone. Yellow is going to build a bark surprise right before your dookie. And then it goes over to red. Red spends a bone. And red is going to build a running dog path right here. All right, back to blue.
And then the running jog, like if you could arrow it for me. Okay, so yellow comes out, the blue bunny comes out.
So right here is my path. If I connect in that line, so I could build here or here right now for the bonus. and the bunny will be coming out here, and the absolutely nothing will be coming out here.
So the bunny would be on the yellow path, then
It'll start on the yellow path and stay on the yellow path unless a bark surprise scares it off. So right now, it will stay on yellow.
Okay. Okay, so say that I built a scare trap right here, then it would go here, then it would bounce back.
It would land here, and then if there was a scare trap, it could go from here to in any direction. So you can rotate this however you like.
Okay.
Or you don't have to build there. You build anywhere else as well.
You can't build where there's already a monster, right?
We're going to say no. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Choose that orientation. Okay, interesting. Going to the red path. Nice. Okay, that costs a bone, and then it's over to green.
Okay. You're only a second. And green.
You could certainly build there. It does block blue from getting both of its water puddles, if that matters.
Yeah, it does.
But blue only has one bone left anyway, so it's only going to be able to build one thing.
Yeah, that is rough. That was nice. Nice design right there. Green.
Yellow's going to get hammered. These two guys are making it home, and there's nothing I can do to stop it.
Oh, yeah, that's rough. Oh, yeah, yellow, that's like kind of preordaining you're going to lose right there, like unless something crazy happens. Well, I mean, I guess unless you build up yellow, but yeah. Well, I mean, you can't go negative from the worst spot, so.
Yep. There's only one more negative I can go, which is good. It caps.
Let's be safe and build here.
I didn't actually intend on such a suboptimal play. I have recently changed the piece, so I haven't had much time myself to use and interact with it. So it's a fair play, and I'll learn from it next time. Won't do it so bad. Okay, so it's yellow's turn. Yellow's going to spend for one of these, and I'm going to go on. Actually, maybe not such a heavy hitter. I can just do a dog path right here. Okay, and then it's red's turn. Red spends a bone. And red, and let's see. Your guy's gonna get one health off. So I'll put this here. Nuke it. Okay, and it's over to blue for its last buy.
Blue will. So who's lagging is blue. So. Lava puddle right here. And then that's a bone.
Mm-hmm.
Green. Yeah, that's the crappy part about going first, but I guess that's the alpha dog thing.
Well, by going first, you get to build in the best places. You have the most options on the board, but you're right. Maybe there's a double-edged sword there. Yeah, green's turn. What does green want to do?
Well, I'd much rather go second. But let's just plop this here while the plop this here while the getting is good.
Just keep in mind that this guy here, the pizza delivery boy, is immune to water.
Oh yeah. All right. 4. And and it's fine.
Okay. Yeah. All right, so that was green's turn. Yellow gets to spend his last bone. Yellow is going to Bark surprise one of those two guys. Can hit. It's a full hit. One of them is going to make it. One of them is not. Maybe yellow can get away with a income building. That's right. That's what I need to do. I need to do some income building. It doesn't sound like a bad idea for red either. So red is gonna. Oh, red didn't look at his path. Oh no, I'm gonna get hit hard. What's red got? 2 4s. Ugh. You know what? Red decides that you can. Blue can deal with that. There is one less hit that I'm gonna deal with. All right, I'm out of money. Blue, you're out of money. You started. Green, you get the last buy. Green.
All right, so we're dealing with 2 4s.
You can bank that. You don't have to spend it. You could save it for next round, but you could use it this round. You could use it next round. Do you want to spend your last bone, Green?
We could shoot that back onto the red path if we want to.
Yep.
Now, so it goes. That's 2 4s. I mean, how could you go wrong doing that?
I don't know if I explained, but you'll only go -1, even if it's a 2 victory point monster. So you can go up the full value, but you never go down the full value. You only go down a maximum of 1.
Okay. Okay, so yellow's getting hit either way, so I guess a good thing to do would try to be to knock down red, or do I want to boost up blue? Blue right now is dealing with... Blue's only going to get... That's knocking that out. And then blue... That one.
This is why I want to try a version where I build face down. Then you don't have perfect information. You'd be like, I don't know what these are. So you just kind of have to build around what you don't know.
Yep, and this is what will start. This is the AP that was stalling the game.
It's not stalling the game, and for some people, this is the fun part to kind of math it out. But it does tend to add to the game length a little bit. So imagine if they were all face down, you would know what the blue and the green were, but you would have no idea what the yellow and the red were. So you wouldn't really know enough to be like, I'm going to do this. So, for example, you wouldn't know that this was a surprise attack, and you wouldn't know to defend against it.
Oh yeah, crazy.
It's totally fine that you're doing that. I'm just saying that's a new version I want to test out too. Okay, so it cost a bone, and blue, you're first to resolve.
Okay, so let's just knock this out.
All right. Yep. So, oops, sorry, trying to help you there. Okay, and I'll move blue one up the track, so blue's with green and red now. All right, and now the next monster for blue.
Gets hit right here.
Yep, so that comes off. Yellow moves up once. Okay, and that's all for blue. Green's turn.
Green's turn. Who to move first?
Remember, whoever kills this one gets an extra bone.
Okay, so that'll be 1 and 3, so it's 4. So we'll naturally move this guy first. 1 hits him, 4 knocks him out.
Yep.
I'll get a bone.
There you go. And he's worth 2 victory points, so green moves up twice. Nice. Okay, and then something just happened. Green passed the first checkpoint flag. Do you see that little doggy flag?
Yep.
Which means everyone who is behind the flag will get an extra bone starting next round because they are a checkpoint behind.
Okay, blue. All right. I'll just go ahead and grab that now.
Oh, well, let's do it at the end so we don't forget.
Okay.
Okay, and now you got to resolve your second guy.
And then this is invulnerable to water. Didn't this get
He's
hit by the
invulnerable to
water?
water.
Didn't this get hit by the water, I think?
Nope, not yet.
Okay. So even if it goes over it, it doesn't get rid of it, or does it?
Because you had a 1 and a 3 water, which took out the last thing, and then that water, blue lost the thing. So it's just in there. So he walks by and it doesn't interact. Nothing happens. He'll get Bark surprised. Onto here, he loses 3 health. He's got 1 left, and he steps on the hole. Oh man, poor yellow.
Man.
Okay, so he's sitting there. 2 victory points are sitting there waiting to be claimed. Next round, he'll start here, and he has 4 health. He'll respawn his health. Oh, and one thing we forgot to resolve, there's a bunny rabbit sitting over here. He just makes it to the end. So that's -1 for blue. Okay, and that's all for green. So now rotating, that's yellow's turn. Oh, or yellow. So -1 for yellow, -2 for yellow, -3, and -4. So yellow goes down to the maximum, which is just -2.
Wow.
Okay, and then red, he's got a little bit of interestingness. Let's see. Absolutely nothing. Hits here, jumps here. This comes off. Hits here, jumps here. This comes off. Hits for 1. This comes off. And makes it to the end. And of course, this one makes it to the end. So red goes -2. And that's everything. Now, reoccurring revenue. You've still got a hole at the end of your path. So green gets an extra bone for that. All the other players, not green, get 1 bone because they're a full flag behind.
I kind of had 1 land here. Was this something that I earned or no?
Let's see. You earned 1 because of the hole. You killed the delivery boy.
That's it.
So yeah, you got 2. Okay, now everyone gets 3. Everyone gets 3. And I'll put 3 over here. Okay, and then the alpha dog rotates. So green is now the alpha dog. And we've got some new monsters coming out. Okay, this is the way they randomly came out of the bag. So we already know what the delivery boy will do. He gives an extra bone. We already know the pizza delivery boy. He is immune to water. The absolutely nothing is immune to dog paths. This guy's new. This guy says he will become disgruntled if you kill him. Whatever kills him, he will take a vendetta against, and he will delete out of the game whatever kills him. So
Nice.
if it's one of your pieces, it will be deleted out of the game. If it's one of my pieces, deleted, and you can't buy it again. So be careful what kills him.
So best to kill him with the poop. I mean,
probably best to kill him with poop. Exactly. Because poop comes out of the game anyway. And, oh, wow, there are a lot of repairmen. There's a lot of refrigerators that need repairing. Okay, Green.
Do you think that should be called the Exterminator?
What's that?
Shouldn't that be called like the Exterminator?
Oh, I like it. Yeah, I mean, he might be changing now to the Exterminator. That is pretty fun.
Oh yeah.
I was just thinking he's the Maytag repairman, and he's not going to get paid because this stupid dog is scaring him out of the yard, and he's very upset that he's not going to get paid. He made that trip all the way over there, but it's probably even better for an Exterminator.
Yeah, that's cool. It's road lore,
Exterminator. Yeah.
Yeah,
okay, cool. Very nice feedback. Okay, so Green, what do you want to buy with your 5 bones?
5 bones out of control.
Everyone else has 4 bones.
4. Okay, the next flag is pretty much next turn, so. Oh, but with everybody being so far back, if I just.
If Green is up here, everyone's going to get 2 bones each. For every flag, extra bone.
But if I just stagnated Green, then I could just keep us all low bones. Yeah. I don't know. Alright, so my mission is to focus solely on boosting blue. Alright, so Green. So Green is gonna just try to aid blue this turn.
Sure.
Alright, so Green. Where Green? Alright, so Green is dealing with
Remember, there's a 2 victory point here starting on this track on blue. It's also going to walk down the path.
Okay. Wow. Green. Yeah, I think I do like it better with everything being one-time use.
Good.
Oh. Now, immune to dog pass. That's pretty much everything except water.
This one here is immune to everything but a dog path. So it would be affected by everything else.
Okay. Anything with the dog on it, it's immune to everything but the dog's pictures.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, when it's got the picture and the line through it, it means that's the one thing it's immune to.
Okay. There.
Okay, cost a bone.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Okay, I'm going to use a right on the blue path here. It costs a bone. And then this guy is going to do a poop on the green path right here. That costs a bone, and it's over to blue.
All right.
Do you remember either of us using any poops already? I think a couple of us may. I think I may have used one.
I put one down here. And
Yeah, I think I nuked one with a poop. I think it was red that did a poop. I forgot to delete it out of the game, so I'll delete this one out of the game. It's gone now.
yeah, I think I've been trying to save mine for the most part, but
Yeah, that's why I gotta make sure I don't have more than I should have. The dog can't poop infinitely. He only has so many kibbles that he gets rationed every day.
yeah, this might be a women-friendly game. It's got the cute dogs. Alright, so right now, we got that.
Yeah, I've got 2 of those repairmen locked in.
I'll just. Speaking of poop, I'll go ahead and.
Yeah, and just as a. Yeah, sure, that's good play. But I think it's actually Blue's play.
Oh.
And just keep in mind, you do get to choose which one spawns first, but you don't get to choose which path. The path is already predetermined which one he will enter, right? So this absolutely nothing will always start here because that's where it got spawned.
You can't flip them over and see their VP, can you?
Sure, go ahead. Okay. This is a 2 and this is a 1. You can kind of gauge as well by the hit points, which one and the difficulty, but.
Okay. Yeah. Poop there.
Okay, nice. That'll lock in that squirrel, sure.
Okay, now Green's turn. Oh, did I spin my bone?
Not yet. No, you got 4 bones. You should only have 3. Okay, now it's Green's turn. What's Green gonna do?
Turn first, spin the bone. Can you ever pass and then come back around and then do an action?
If you pass, you're out for the round.
Okay, cool. Yeah, but this seems way more straightforward than the 3 hexes in the tower defense
Nice.
and everything. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah. 3. Let's see. All right, I'm playing for green, so all I really want to do is aid blue right now. Green. Aiding blue. Blue's already got his stuff unlocked, so. No, you don't. Blue. Bow 1. Invulnerable to water.
Right, so it's going to get hit for 1 for sure here, maybe more, and then it's going to get sprung unless you change something. Or unless I change something. There's still many more turns to go.
It's not invulnerable to poop, though, right?
Nope, just water.
Sweet. All right.
Nice. So that'll lock him in. He's going to die on that poop for sure. All right, and that cost a bone. Did you spend it? I think, yeah.
I think I had 5.
So yep. over to yellow. Yellow spends a bone. And yellow is going to build a dog path here. And then red is going to go spend a bone. And red is going to build a water here. And it is blue's turn.
Okay, so
actually I want to rethink this one.
Okay.
1, 2, yeah, still do it. So this one can go. How much do I have left? You know what? I'm gonna build a dog path at the end of blue. See how that works. Okay, now it's your blue's turn. Sorry about that.
Ready? also make a path at the end of blue.
Interesting. Okay. And green, what do you got?
Green will.
So the building on this round is a lot more interesting than the last two rounds.
Oh yeah.
And next round we get 3 victory point monsters mixed in the bag.
Interesting.
They are much more difficult to kill. They can have upwards to 6 health.
Wow. Okay. See.
And that's before abilities. Okay, so he builds yet another. Interesting. You got these 2 paths on lockdown. It's going to be very hard for anything to reach the end of those paths.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so let's see here. If it. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so it's over to yellow, right?
Mm-hmm.
And okay, and green spent the bone. Great. So a yellow is going to spend a bone to build here. Okay. And then red is going to spend a bone to put a spring trap here. And it's your turn.
Devious. Right. Got nothing but stops out there, so. With the way these things respawn, I don't see why not. So. Blue will. Blue will. What will blue do? Red. Red. Blue will stop on red.
Oh. Okay, I see how it is.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so cost a bone.
Spin the bone.
And now it's green's turn. We're nearly done with this one. And then there'll be 1 round left. We'll spawn in another round of monsters, and that'll be the end. Okay, so green, what do you got?
Green will. I think this mouse is going out. Grab another mouse. Oh, I think I've depleted all my stops. Yep.
Yeah, there's only 2 stops max. So you got 2 out already. So
Oh,
for
I thought
sure
there was 3. Okay, I thought there was 3 of everything at least.
No. There's some powerful ones. I limited it down to 2. So what do you got? You got 2 bones left. So which one do you want to build? You want to pass or you want to build something?
You've got 1 left each, so I'll do something. Just strengthen this right here.
Mm-hmm. Nice. And that's the right orientation, right?
Or should I try to strengthen blue, though? That's what I'm really trying to do.
Mm.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this runs out.
Okay.
Well, and let me see. Okay, so this one's gonna get hit there.
Yeah. These both are going to die immediately on the poop.
Yep. And yeah, you know what? Let's put this here. Running pad there.
Going on blue.
Does this work? Like that's hitting both of those areas, right? Blue.
It can be like this, or it can be like this. So it can't be both.
Let's put this here.
Okay. So then it's yellow's turn. Yellow will spend his last bone. Yellow has a plan. Yellow's going to go here. Now red's turn. Spend his last bone. Red had a plan. Red's plan is to go here. And now it's blue's turn.
Blue. Red. Okay, so you're saying okay, so this is okay, so when this would come out, this would go here, hit for
It
one.
get killed because now it's upgraded to 2. It's got 2 paths touching each other, so that it's upgraded by +1.
Okay. Got you. Okay. Okay, then this one will come out.
Get hit by the poop. Yep.
Okay. Okay. Everything over here is like you can't even place there, so no need to worry about it.
It's very full over on this side of the board, I'll say.
Very full. Blue. Trying to think, would it be best for me to just bank this bone, or can I do anything worthwhile?
There'll be one more round, so yeah, maybe on the next round you want some more spending power. Sure.
Yeah, let's not even think too hard about it. Let's just bank the bone on blue.
Okay. Then it's green's turn, and green can spend up to 2 bones or pass. And you can spend those consecutively if you want, because everyone else is passed.
You think green just wants to? Well, I mean, could green screw over red or something? Or
certainly welcome to try.
Red is pretty much they got 2.
There's a free 2 victory point here at the moment, if you want it.
But I mean, if it's killed on yellow path, then yellow gets the points, though, right?
Nope. If it's a green base defense that kills it, it's green that gets the points for it.
Okay. So instead of passing with blue, I guess
just keep in mind the paths are only just to keep track where the monster would tend to walk. It doesn't determine who gets the points. What determines the points is strictly the base defense color that kills it.
Okay.
So that means the pizza guy is going to get hit for 3. He would still have 1 life left.
Yeah, we'll just knock it down with green, I guess.
Alright, so that would be 1 bone for blue. I'll spend it for you.
Yep,
now blue is out of money. And now green has 2 bones left. Would you like to? There you go. Yep, and that'll help to knock it down. Okay. Well, now this zoo starts, and green is the first to go. So green, you get to choose which monster spawns first, and you get to resolve everything on the green path.
Okay. Green, we've got invulnerable to dog path, so invulnerable to dog path, right?
Only the dog path, so it does get hit by red here, and I'll delete that out of the game. So it's down to 1 health left.
Then it gets hit by blue.
And it does, and that means blue gets 2 victory points. So I'll move blue up twice, once, twice, good. And then the next one, we can already kind of figure out what's going to happen. He's going to march down and get stuck on this hole. And he will delete the hole, actually, out of the game. So you're down a hole. You'll never get that hole back.
Yeah.
Actually, my apologies. You would get the hole back because it didn't kill him. He didn't get disgruntled yet. So it does come out, but it doesn't get killed. If he had gotten killed, he would have taken it out. Okay, so he'll just sit there. He's stuck in the hole, but he's not disgruntled yet. Okay, so that was green, and then it goes over to yellow. So here's the yellow path. So let's see what happens here. This guy hits here for 1 damage, and then he hits here for 3 damage. This one gets deleted out of the game, and he does die, which means blue gets the 2 victory points. So 1, 2 more for blue. Now blue is in the lead, tentatively. This guy comes out here, gets tripped by red into this direction, lands on this, which triggers a stop, and he's stuck here. And then it would be red's turn. Red is over here. This squirrel immediately gets killed by the dog and gets 1 victory point for yellow. Yellow's no longer at the edge of the board. And then this guy gets disgruntled, but it doesn't matter because it would come off the board anyway. And to get deleted out. So that's deleted out, and that's worth 2 victory points. Nice. So yellow moves up 1, 2. And that's all but blue. Blue, you're up.
Blue. All right, so we'll exterminate the yellow. Well, yellow poop gets exterminated anyway.
There's going to be no way to resolve it otherwise. So that gets deleted out. And that means yellow gets 2 more victory points.
Oh, man, came back real fast.
Yeah. And now you get your squirrel, which is, of course, going to get nuked by blue, which means blue gets 1 more victory point.
And I don't know how to delete them, but...
The poop's out of the game, and this comes over. I just gave blue his victory point.
Cool.
Okay, so we look on the board. What red gets a bonus bone. So I'll grab 1 for red. Blue gets a bonus bone, so 1 for blue. And green gets a bonus bone, and that's 1 for green. Nice. All right, so that's all the bonuses that I see on the board. I'll flip these 2 over. So this guy's spawning here, this guy's spawning here, and the alpha dog passes to yellow, who currently has no bones. Now we give everyone 3 bones. Oops, that's not a bone. You can go ahead and grab your 3 bones for your guys.
1, 2.
Yep. And if I look at the flags, blue is the leader. That means green and yellow are not a flag behind, but red is a flag behind, so red gets another bone because he's a flag behind. And I take the scary, scary red monsters, drop them in the bag, shuffle them up, and let's see, we go, they're coming out.
3VP.
Oh, so scary. Okay, let me just explain the 2 new ones. That one is a bird.
Angry bird.
Let me quickly ask before I explain it. If you hit Alt and zoom in, what does it mean? I've got some symbols on there. Can you explain it? Are they intuitive?
Yeah, invulnerable to poop. Invulnerable to the house.
And what's the third one? Yep.
Invulnerable to the house. Then, invulnerable to the stop, maybe?
Yeah, very, very close. Very good job. Invulnerable to the poop. Invulnerable to the hole. Invulnerable to the scare bark surprise bush. Okay. In other words, he's invulnerable to anything that doesn't have a build bonus. So the only thing that can hurt him, another way of saying it, is the dog path and the water. Those are the only 2 base defenses that can hurt the bird. He flies over poop, he flies over holes, and he flies over bushes. But the bark can travel through the air and get him, and the hose, the spray, can travel through the air and get him. So he's a bit more difficult to kill. And this one is an interesting one. This is a teenager with a selfie stick. The teenager is very distracted because they're filming themselves. They will skip the first 6 spaces. So if we count it together, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This teenager will start here. This is the first space it will interact with. It will skip absolutely everything else. It will start here.
Nice.
So which means it's going to get hit for 1 damage, it's going to get hit for 3 damage, and then it will keep marching down the path until something happens.
Great.
All right, and then yellow's up first. Okay, so let's see. What should yellow do? I'm going to build this guy. Here, which costs a bone. Then red spends a bone. And red is going to build a poop right here. Okay, over to you, Blue. This is the last build of the game, and then we'll do the last resolution, and then we'll see who's farthest down the track of their 2 guys, the one that's lesser down the track.
Okay. Yeah, I've just got to basically focus right now on hating on red.
Yeah, that would be good for you.
Blue.
I'm just thinking out loud here. In previous versions, it was suggested to have a magnetic piece, something that can attract and pull pieces in a direction instead of pushing them. And I had considered it, but I'm thinking it's, for the first time, maybe needed because of things like, this guy's sitting here. Wouldn't it be great to pull him in, in case you want him? Or maybe, the monster makes it down here and you don't want it to hit your base, pull it away. So that might be good to have to think about how to implement that, but maybe some kind of a cute puppy dog face. He's too cute to, oh, he's so cute, I want to go pet him, some kind of an attraction force.
Yep. I was thinking of stuff. I was thinking furries, so not that. Definitely not that.
Okay, yeah.
Definitely not that.
What do you got, Blue?
Yeah, blue. What do you do? All right, green. Blue. Oh, the bird is the bow. The bird is invulnerable to the stop, right? To the hole, right?
Yeah, it'll fly right over a hole.
Okay,
Can't stop
right
the bird.
Okay. Smart thinking. The hole, that's the second symbol on the bird, right?
The hole is meant to be the second of the black symbols, yes.
Okay, gotcha. What hose?
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cost a bone.
Cost a bone.
And green's up.
Green skull. Hmm. Start by spinning the bone.
Mm-hmm.
This is rough, I tells you. Oh yeah, it's got to be that. All right, so let's go here. So congested right there.
It really is.
Wow. It comes out. It comes out. Blue, blue. We go here. We go here. We go here. We go there. Goodness,
Interesting. The bird will fly over that, just FYI.
Ah, yeah. This is so true. The bird flies right over there. Yeah, we just gotta keep on building the waterway, I guess.
Yep. Okay. Which way are you going to spin it?
Guess this is the only way that makes sense. Yeah.
Okay. Then it's yellow's turn. Yellow's going to spend a bone and build here.
Yeah, I knew it was coming. All
right. I had to. And then red's going to spend a bone. And red is going to how many do I have left? Only 2 of those left. Okay, red will build here. And let's see, I had 2 more bones than yellow. Oh, I don't think I spent my bone yet. All right, over to blue. What did I get? Let's see. Oh, I had 2 more than yellow. Oops, sorry. Not that one. I think I already spent the bone. I think I spent the bone to start with because I had 2 more at the beginning of the round than yellow. And yellow has 1, so 1 plus 2 is 3. Red should have 3.
That'll work. Man, I think with the position that red's in, I don't think red has a chance.
I'm glad you think that. Just continue thinking that.
All right. I could be all wrong, so we'll see. I have plenty poop, so yeah, no point in doing that. One, two, three, four, five, six. Hmm. Yeah, I don't think I can really affect much. Water. Drop a deuce there. Got to.
Alright, toss the bone, and then it's over to green.
The last. There.
Okay. Toss the bone.
Right.
Alright, so it's over to yellow. Yellow has one bone left, so he'll spend his last and only bone. The rest of the game, where is yellow going to build? Yellow's going to go here to grab that 1 point.
Did you scale the points down at all from the last few versions?
I've been close to the same. I can't think I've made too much to change there. Here's a bone for red.
Did you change the rate at which the monsters came out?
There's an arc to the game now where the easy ones are on round 1 and 2, and then the harder ones on 3, and then the hardest ones could come out on 4, and a little bit of random who gets it and how many come out.
Okay. Yeah, it seems to scale better now. But scale easier.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, I guess red's going here. Okay, and then it's over to blue for his last buy.
Who will? See, why not put a poop there?
Okay, and now it's just green and red that have money left.
Green. Since we're in the game early. can't drop anything. Yeah, you can't drop stuff on the door, right? Yeah.
Sure.
Drop it on the door.
If it makes it that far.
Yeah.
Okay,
Most likely
toss the
won't.
bone. Okay, red's second to last buy. Red has no more poop. Hmm. I wish I had one extra money.
The sign of a
Okay.
Scythian game. You big on Scythe?
I have played it a few times. It is fun.
Think you'll ever play that Expeditions, the sequel to Scythe?
To be honest, probably not unless someone brings it to a group
Yeah.
outing.
No.
Scythe is such a game to get into. It takes 3 hours. It's a bit of a teach because most of my friends don't know it.
Yeah.
It's a fun game, but you gotta have the right group. Okay, I guess I just choose this. Yeah, I guess that doesn't matter. I'm gonna build it like this. Enough deliberation. Okay, back to you. I already spent. Back to you, Green.
Okay. Yellow doesn't really matter, so I got poop to spare, but I'll save that for last and just throw a stop right here. Stop points. Spin the ball.
Okay. And then red's last spend. Better make it a good one.
And then in 3-player game, you're thinking you only hold one hand though. You only play for
One hand,
player, right?
and there's an empty track, and then the players, they can choose to battle on the empty track or ignore it. It's up to them. But what tends to happen is it becomes the hot track because then there's no negative. If it makes it down to the end of the empty track, no one cares. But there's a bunch of free extra points on the empty track. So it tends to be where most people battle.
Okay. So right now thinking
Right.
1 to 4 players, right? Not
Points.
5, right?
What's that?
So right now thinking 1 to 4 players, not 5, right?
1 to 4 is what I'm thinking. I mean, I could easily open up this and this as spawn points, so I could do up to 6. I just got to consider game length. I've built the mechanics that could go up to 6, but some games just don't scale well. I haven't tried it yet up to 6. Maybe I will.
Okay.
Let's see. 1 damage, 2 damage. Fly. 2 damage. Oh, look at that. I could have gotten that bird. I played a little differently. Oh well. The butterfly. What about selfie stick girl? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Gonna get hit for 1.
Yeah, I think
3.
yellow kills her.
4. No, that is 5 then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, yellow gets her. What about pizza guy? So 3, 4. He's dead there. Boy, I don't think this last one matters.
Yeah, I'm saying red. I don't think red really has a chance.
I was trying to get that last bird. I almost could have gotten it, but I would have had to play a little bit differently. And I can't fling the bird onto another path to try and double down on existing defenses. I don't have any poop left. I guess I'll just... I guess I'll put that there. Okay, over to you, Green.
Green. Yeah. I don't know. It's like at the end of age 2, there is a lot of congestion going on, but you still have choices to make.
Technically, we've only covered half the board, but yeah, it feels like a lot of congestion.
Well, I mean, the main stuff that makes a difference is the stuff like towards the center.
Mm-hmm. But it's gonna alleviate quickly after the end of this round. There's not gonna be much left.
But like in a whole game, there will still be like another round after this, though. So.
I'm thinking in the real one, it'd be wherever the trophy positions. So I gotta work it so I know where a good game length starts. So when I set up, it lands where it needs to. But right now, my thought is that a 2-player game ends right around in here. And you can see that blue is right around that area. So we're already on track for what would be a normal game length anyway.
Okay. Yeah, because we've been going like an hour and a half. But yeah, this is two-handed. All I want to do is just stop red, so... That's dead. That hit, that's hit. Doesn't matter. It's going on that path anyway. No. Red's coming home. One, two.
Yeah, I think if we play face down, we'll save a half hour worth of time.
Oh yeah,
because then we won't have perfect information.
Definitely.
But it's a different feel. I think I'm gonna have in the back of the rulebook that says, looking for a different type of game, have a player that likes a little more strategy, play face up.
Oh yeah.
Where's that last one going?
And a bird can only be stopped by dog track or freaking water hose. Yeah.
That's it. Okay. Doesn't matter how you rotate it. There's no bonus.
Yeah.
Okay, so who's got the alpha dog? Yellow does. So all of this carnage starts with yellow. Which one does yellow want to start first? So yellow decides to fly over that, fly over that, fly over that. The only thing that would interact with the bird is this one. This guy is going to get hit here. And then he's going to get hit here. Green's going to get it. I don't think I can stop green from getting it. I'm not sure where I was going with this guy. But okay, anyway. So 3, that comes off. He's got 1 health left. He lands here. Green gets 2 victory points. Oops, over here. All right, so green moves up the victory point track 1, 2, and is now tied with blue. And then the next one, the bird, fly, 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 skip, gets hit for 3, fly, 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 makes it to the end, and only -1 for yellow. So yellow moves back 1. All right, and that's yellow. Now it's over to red. And there was no other monsters on the path, right? Yeah, okay, so red can spawn this guy and these 2 monsters. So red has 3 spawns. So, guy, it looks like gonna go here. Well, could it matter the order? I don't think it matters the order. I'll start with this one because that one is guaranteed. So yellow gets a 1 victory point for the butterfly. So yellow moves up 1. Then the bird. So the bird gets hit for 1, has 4 health left. Hit for 1, has 3 health left. Gets hit for 1, has 2 health left. Skip. And red goes -1 victory point.
Yeah.
Ouch. Okay, and then this one hits here, brings him over to here, which springs the trap, and he's stuck here. So nothing happens there. Okay, it's over to blue.
Blue. We'll go selfie girl. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spawns here. Takes 1 damage. 4 damage. Yellow gets her.
Is the yellow, so that's 3 victory points for yellow.
Nice.
1, 2, 3. Yellow pulls into the lead.
And
right.
What we at? Green. Then this guy's invulnerable to what? Water.
So he's gonna get. Yeah, he's only immune to water, so he gets hit by this poop. So he's got 1 health left, and he dies to the dog path.
Yeah, my grabby thing is being problematic.
I'll help you out. No problem. Okay, so green gets 2 victory points. Good job, green. So green pulls into the lead. It triggers the trophy, which would be the normal end of the game anyway. Okay. We would play through the round, but we wouldn't spawn another round. Okay, and that was all of blue except blue. You've got this guy to resolve.
Okay, working now. Blue. Changes pass. Goes over to visit red. And gets pooped on for 3, but keeps going negative.
Actually, that's deleted off.
Yep.
And red can't go down anymore, so red doesn't move.
Right.
Okay, and now it's yellow's turn for the end of the game. Oh no, green's turn, sorry, my bad. Green's turn. So don't forget, green has 1, 2, 3 to spawn.
Okay. We'll just get rid of this poop for some money.
Okay.
All right,
yep,
so
and green gets the 2 victory points. 1, 2. Alright.
We have a no dog path, exterminator. We'll let red.
Red kills both of them. I don't think it matters how you spawn it. Yeah. Alright, so he kills, but then red gets 2 victory points, and
4.
Yeah, he hit this one too on its way by, right? Yep. So that one comes off. This one gets deleted, and that's 4 victory points for red, but that wasn't enough for red. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. That's where the chips lie at the end of 4 rounds. Green is in the lead. Yellow is second place, but we were taking our lesser of 2, which means your blue beats my red. Nicely done.
Nice. Yeah, I liked it. This is my favorite so far.
All right, great.
Compared to the fantasy. Yeah, I mean, that was nice. And then with face down, do you think that would make people complain about the strategy?
I had a playtest recently with 4 people, and 3 of them were pretty adamant that face down was the way to go. They were very certain in their minds. The one guy dissented and said, no, absolutely, he wanted it face up. But when we evaluated that one person, he's a guy that tends to like more chess-like games, so that would be more his play style. And then there was another playtest recently also where they were thinking as well it should be face down because they started to AP the game where they analyzed to the effect that it was paralysis. And they were the ones that initially suggested it anyway. So that's 2 groups of people, by and large, all heavily recommending it. So for sure, I would have tried it on this one, but just due to my not having loaded the back of the piece, it wouldn't have been able to flip, and we would have been able to see it anyway. So I'll have to work on that. And then as far as the back, I had two thoughts. I think I'll go with the lesser of them, but here are my two thoughts. One, it telegraphs that it's blue, but it doesn't tell you anything about it other than it's blue. You got to know who it was, so you can kind of gauge where everyone's gone. But my other thought is I take a chapter out of Mantis where I telegraph to all players one of a few possibilities, maybe a 50-50 chance they know what it is. So maybe I do like on the back, I do like, this is either a hole or a poop. Or maybe I say this is a water or a dog path. Some kind of telegraph so that you would know a little bit about it, but wouldn't have full information. I don't know if that's interesting or helpful, but I think I'll start with just a plain vanilla back and then go from there.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good idea with the hole or the poop, but but just plain color back, that's good too.
Yeah. It sounds clever to do a back with a little bit of revealed information, like a 50-50, it's one of the two, but I don't think it really affects the game in a positive way. I don't think it adds a layer that's appreciated in this game, so I don't think it's really adding anything other than just sounding clever.
Yeah. Because either way, they're going to step on it, but...
Yeah.
No, but I mean, changing the theming that helps like ground it to make people understand it. So
yeah, because then things like, well, naturally the bird has to fly over holes. What kind of bird wouldn't fly over a hole? Like so I try to tie those together whenever I can.
Oh yeah, nicely done. Right. Yeah. I mean, good play. Enjoyed it.
Nice, thanks.
All right.
Yeah, I think this game grew a lot in its last 3 playtests, more than its previous 5.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and then you've only got the one piece that skips steps now, right?
Just the distracted teenager is the only one that skips, because what tends to happen is people focus on the spawn points at the beginning and not the end of their trek. Although with the hole change, I changed the hole to make it a little more powerful. People used to avoid the hole, and now it's landing very nicely. I think it involved a lot of my thought process where what I wanted to build. In previous versions, I would almost ignore the hole. It wasn't very worth it. So I made a change to it, which seems to have given it more positive value. That being said, I noticed we were building on the end of our path more than I've ever seen in previous versions. So maybe I need one more monster that's only hits the first 6 spaces and then skips the rest. And I got to come up with a thematic. What kind of monster would enter your front yard, and then halfway towards the front door, he bolts, he sprints, and therefore he skips whatever comes next. That I'm not sure what would be the real life anchor for that.
Jehovah's Witnesses.
I do. It's good. Interesting you said that. I do have a quote religious witness, which obviously is a code word for Jehovah's Witness. And here it is. So this guy, of course, Jehovah's Witnesses always come in pairs. So his ability is that you have to kill him twice because he comes to life after one death. So there's another reference to the religious witness. But so he's got 3 health. He steps on a dog do, kills him, but then he comes immediately to life and he continues on. And he's a real doozy to hit a hole, because if he hits a hole, he respawns the next round with all of his life again. And he has to be killed twice. So you could actually do a bit more than 6 damage to have to kill him. Imagine that, it took 3 base defenses to do the first 3, and then he resets back to 3. He could get hit by a 1, and then a 3, to do the final second blow. So he has around 6 health, but I've seen him take as much as 7 or 8 on previous. And then this is the mailman. The mailman has 6 health, which is on the high side. He also has 1 armor, which means anything that does exactly 1 damage, he is immune to anything that does exactly 1 damage. So the dog path unupgraded does nothing to him, and the hose does nothing to him, but a puddle would damage him. So 2 puddles will take him out. 2 dog dews would take him out, but you wouldn't be able to whittle him down. You'd have to hit him in larger chunks.
Are you showing it on the screen? Because I can't see it.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, it's right here. I don't know if you can see. It's on the green path.
Nope. For some reason, it's invisible to me.
Oh, weird.
Yep. I mean,
How about if I copy and paste it? Can you see it now?
I see some white squares.
Oh, it didn't load. TTS does that. Sometimes if you copy and paste it, it can help. You still don't see it, right? Just white squares?
Yeah, just squares.
Well, what you would see is a mailman that looks like a monster with a mailman hat and satchel. And he's got 6 health, and he's got 1 armor. So that's all you're missing.
Okay. Weird. Wonder why it's doing that.
TTS sometimes does that. I can't explain why, but I have seen it on numerous rare occasions where something won't load. Usually if you copy and paste it, it kicks the database on its side to do whatever it needs to do to get it to display. Sometimes saving the game, kicking everyone out, having everyone rejoin, that's probably the worst case scenario. But can't explain why it happens. These are stored in the cloud, linked directly by the game save, so they should be equally available to everyone. I can't explain why some people sometimes don't get them. Maybe they don't have a confirmation system. Maybe they send the packet over to your computer when your server downloads it, but then it doesn't inspect the integrity, and it just assumes the transfer went without corruption, and on the rare occasion it gets corrupt and it doesn't retransmit it, and therefore it just doesn't render. I don't know. Could be an explanation.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's good stuff. Yeah. How many more playtests do you think you're going to have to need until you go forward?
At the moment, I've, of course, been focusing on License to Krill to try and get that one. It's a little lighter than this one, so I thought I would start with an easier to publish game. This one, I've been really trying to pitch it to see if I could get a publisher to jump on it. I pitched it around a good deal at Gen Con. I need to follow up with a couple of those publishers, but no bites yet. Just a couple of people saying it sounded interesting, but they had to pass. So we'll see. If I can get a publisher, I'll probably sign with them. But if not, I'll probably self-publish it. I just have too much fun with this game to let it just sit on a shelf.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure with the dog theming and the yard stuff, it'll get a lot further faster. So. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, with License to Krill, I don't exactly have a baked-in audience. You know, how many krill lovers are out there? Probably not many, right? How many dog lovers are out there? Yeah, so probably there's already a better audience for it, but I think this one has general market appeal like the other one. But this one's a little bit less lightweight, less entry, and there's a little bit more geared for gamers. You know, I wouldn't see my grandmother playing this one, but I would see, you know, the casual person from church having a decent fun at it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And one thing we tried in this one, I'm thinking of doing. So in the physical prototype, I have it like this. So what this changes and makes different is that your endpoint is now exposed to Barkitects. So if you put this here, you can literally take the monster that comes down the path and then pop it right, and it goes right into red. So these two are really dangerous spaces for red if I allow them this. If I do it as we just played, it kind of gives a little bit of a buffer so that this is the key spot. And at least you have a chance to respond. But I've seen some people sneak in some bark surprises straight in when I do this. So I don't know where it's going to land, but I've tried it both ways.
Yeah, that seems real dangerous.
Well, you don't think about it, and then the guy who gets to build last is, his last piece is like, bam. And it's like, oh no, hadn't thought about that. And he's even got this one too.
Yeah.
It makes the board a little more compact, less size on the table, but I gotta think if that's something I want players to have to think about, or at least now it's a little bit safer.
Yeah, like you have two accesses. I mean, two of those springs, though, right?
Yeah, you've got your two safety springs, unless a disgruntled exterminator explodes it, takes it away from you. Otherwise, you should have two throughout the game to use.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you did it like that, you might want to make it just one, maybe, but I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, here's the best button in TTS.
Boogie 2988. Oh yeah.
Oh, well, thanks for playing. It was a
Continuous.
pleasure having you.
All right. Good week. Good meeting. I guess probably next week.
All right. Look forward to it. Thanks.
All right. Check you later. Have a good week.
Thanks.
Later.
You too. Bye.
Later.